in the woodyard today. I am at Multitek, the world headquarters in the big city of Prentice, Wisconsin. Here we go. So I'm here with Jason Hartman. He is the sales guy for Multitek, and you've been with the company for how long? Forever?
About 8 years.
Hey, good. And Multitek's been around for like 40 years?
41 years this
41
year making
years.
firewood processors.
And you guys make lots of different sizes.
Yep.
And today we're going to get a tour of their factory and look at all the machines and how things are put together. So let's head inside. Looks like parts. So this is where everything starts to happen. You get shipping right in here.
Yep, for the raw materials for the building of the frames. And
So steels, tire, tubes, everything comes right in, and then you head in here on this end.
yep. Over to our left, you see there's two lasers over there. And off to our right over here, you'll see a couple band saws, a machining center.
That's where they cut all the pieces down.
Yep.
So what's he doing over there? What's that?
That's the Toyota, the machining center, where you can punch out, drill all the holes, and machine that tubing or different things of the sort that he needs to do.
Nice.
And then he'll cut all the rec tube here with the bandsaw for the frames.
Tubing and steel stored
Yep.
on racks. How often do you guys get shipments in of stuff?
Pretty much daily.
Oh, every day something
Yeah.
comes in, huh?
Yep, there's the other laser brake press here to our right.
So everything's cut out right here, huh? And this is the brake press here.
Yep.
These here are all parts.
That's all the different dies
Brake
for the
size, got it.
different angles of what we need.
Yep. And these are parts here then.
These are parts here, yep.
So what's this here?
These are just knives for wedges.
Oh,
right here.
okay. So they cut each knife at one time and then they're welded together after they're done.
They'll put it all, yep, all together there.
What's the hardest part of the whole process? It's getting everything to run right.
Sometimes, maybe. Now these guys got it down pretty good. They do really good work.
Yeah.
Got some great welders.
So how many different machines do you guys make?
Oh, there's got to
All
be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 13 different models.
13.
Yeah, all in all, with the wood beaver line.
Yeah. Yeah, so Beaver's a totally separate line.
Yes, but that's
So
also built here also.
Is that more of consumer-based type stuff?
The entry
smaller
level, yeah,
process?
home or start out, yep, for sure.
And is that bigger than your other part? Are they about equal, or?
It varies by the season and time sometimes, but it's not as large as the Multitek side.
Oh, okay. So Multitek's bigger. Interesting. And what do they do over here?
He's over there, he's welding up a splitter frame for
yeah.
a machine right there.
So how many people you got all together here working?
At this facility here, there's about 25 people all together.
Just right here?
Yeah.
And then the other facility, how many there?
There must be about 10 to 15 over there.
Okay, okay. And then here's the machine getting put together?
Yep, that's a 3040 that's going to get painted.
So this is not powder coated, it's just painted, this one? Or does it get powder
Correct.
coated?
This will just get wet sprayed.
Oh, Westbury, got it.
Yes.
Got it. Nice. And then over here is powder coating.
That's powder coat, and there's
What's
the
that?
oven.
Oven, yeah.
Yes.
So they're just big enough to get it in there, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
And they must have racks they put in.
We got racks that will roll in
parts.
there, and the live
Yeah.
decks and carts and so forth. Yes.
Nice. So what do you got here? What is this stuff?
Well, this is a part of the hydraulic cylinder side. We manufacture and build our own hydraulic cylinders.
Is that common that people make their own cylinders? Because I always figured people would buy what they can get from suppliers.
I think most competitors buy from suppliers.
So are you making them to a higher standard, better, or just keep your costs down, or all the above?
All the above, and we also sell them also. We build them for other manufacturers as well.
Nice.
So it's not just our own.
So competitors you sell to even?
If they want to, yeah.
So then back here, what's all this you got going on?
They're welding barrels. These are the two machining centers here.
That's like part of a ram there.
Yep. Some more barrels there.
That's what they're called, barrels, huh?
Yeah.
Lots of different sizes.
That would be your rods. They got to get machined and chromed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you do the chroming here too then?
No, they send that out.
They send it out, okay. I wondered about that. Right. So what is this here? Is this just a jig?
I think it's a test stand. I don't know a lot about this with these guys. I think that's a test stand. I see them testing cylinders.
Oh,
and this is a test stand. I know that's a test stand too.
So they test each one to make sure everything's working before they put it in and everything?
Yep.
Now your company also has another company hooked on that makes hoses and stuff, right? Fittings?
Correct, and pumps and valves and
so you've
our
got
distributor of them.
Right,
yes.
You're right. So you're kind of getting everything on the whole machine made in different places for you, whereas a lot of people have to order all this stuff separate, right?
Right, we just get it buy from our sister companies.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that kind of control is nice, and that way you can make sure you keep everybody working too. Yeah, that's good. And if you need stuff, you can demand it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. So what do you got here? This is just stuff that's waiting to be put on machines.
Yeah, we got some hydraulic reservoir assembly waiting to go on a machine there. There's a shuttle grapple there ready to go.
Operator's chair.
Operator's chair. Some of these other tanks are for a different project that we're working on. It's kind of just a little staging area out of the way right now at this time.
Yeah. And then you got parts, looks like, over here.
Yeah, we got a cab in process here.
So you guys build these from scratch?
We purchased a cab and then we build the whole inside of it.
Oh, okay. So it's just a box when you get it.
Yep.
And then when you get it, are the windows on and everything?
The windows, everything on them. You'll see we have them out in the yard also as well.
Yeah. And then you equip it with all the electronics and every lights.
You know, they build the whole dash. That's what they're working on there. For the computer system inside there, the AC unit obviously on the top.
And then this is a machine that's getting close to being ready?
Yep.
Got to put the booth on. You do that last or something? Or?
Yeah, that's one of the later steps. This was here the 2040 electric 16-way. So they're waiting for the panel, because our panel to come in to be bolted on and then the pump mounted and wired up and to finish a few hoses.
So let's talk a little bit about the electrics. I was up at Arndt's place, Arndt's place, Arndt Forest Products, and he uses the three-phase, right?
Yes, correct.
And he said it's so much cheaper than diesel, it's not even close. He saves tons of money.
A lot of money.
So difference-wise, what are they saving by going with the electric over the diesel? Obviously, you don't have diesel, you don't have the engine, you don't have maintenance.
The filters,
fuel,
the DEF. So guys tell me they had diesel engines and went to the electrics. They've saved anywhere from $2,000, depending on the area, $2,000 to $5,000 per month by switching to that electric after the electric bill's paid.
And the once they get it put in, then it's easy, yeah. So what was this at
2040?
2040. So is this the big one?
The 3040 is the largest. This has a 60-inch circle saw.
Oh, got it. So this is your second biggest one then?
Yes.
And I see you got some patents on there. Look at that. No, one of the things I know some guys know about, some don't, is your claw. That's one of the major patents you guys have.
Yeah.
And what I like about it versus just a clamp is that obviously it's double-sided, but you can use that thing. So when you get a snaky log in there, you hold it, it's not going anywhere. Whereas you put I know a lot of the clamp ones, you put the clamp down on the snaky log and it pitches up, pitches out, rolls this way, and your cuts tend to be more crooked and it's flying all over the place. Whereas that, it doesn't move. And the other thing is you can use that if you get two logs dropping in your shop, you can kick it out.
Correct.
Because you can flip that, the jaw on this side, you can flip it out and you can kick it out of there without having to get out of the cab and wrestle it. Because I've done that a couple times. And what do you got for power on this? Is it 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100? What do you got for tonnage?
That tonnage, that's what right there is 36 tons.
36, yeah. Most of the big ones are 30 to 40, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Very nice. And so the wedge is right on here. Now, we did a video not too long ago at the Green Bay show. I got you running this, and I didn't even know that this kicked out. That was pretty neat to see that. So if you guys want to see that, maybe we're going to run one.
We're going to be running one later. Yep.
Yeah. And what we mean by later is another day because we got lots of things to show you here. The teeth on, a lot of guys ask me about that on your. The cutters there, those are all replaceable, right?
Yep, it's just that round rivet that holds them in there. We supply the tool with that takes that rivet out, and then that insert will slide out. You slide your new one, insert back in there, put a new rivet in there, turn the tool around, and then it'll mushroom it back out so it stays in there.
And generally, it's never an issue needing to change it unless you hit like some kind of a spike or something, right?
You can probably hit a spike and you're not even going to know it. You'll keep cutting.
Yeah.
It's going to take more than that.
Yeah. Well, I meant like a railroad.
Oh, railroad spike, yeah.
Or a tree step from a hunter.
I seen a nice heavy pry bar cut once.
And and what are they per tooth? Is it like 12, 15 bucks?
I think they're around 12 bucks a piece.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. So if you had to replace all of it, how many are on there?
That one there's got 40 on it.
40-ish? So
Yep.
still not even that bad. And they rarely really have anything go wrong, right? They just
It's
work.
very rare, correct.
So I talked to a couple guys that run circle saws, and they say, they go for years without having to even replace a tooth.
Yeah, they run easily 500-800 hours before they start to change any of them.
Really? Huh. Very nice. So what does this machine weigh when it's all done? Is this probably like about
This one here is about 17,000 pounds.
Yep. I see a little bit of plumbing going on in here. So how much longer before this one is done?
This one should be done by the end of the week here. We're just
Really?
waiting on that panel to come in, yeah.
So right here is as high as they go. So how high is that? That must be about 12 feet?
Yep.
And then you just lock it in place here?
Yep.
And your legs come down?
You can road transport. There's another slider tube on the other end.
Now how many strand is this considered then?
5-strand. It'll handle up to a 40-foot long log the way it is.
Nice.
We also offer extensions, the trough extension and a deck extension to go out for 60-foot logs.
Really?
And we can go out this way to put more wood on another 30 feet.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of wood all at one time. So when those extensions you're putting on, this is generally for people that are in Canada and
Or out west, yes.
where they run the full log, right?
Yep.
Because around here we use the little bitty sticks. I get that all the time, and then John guy's like, "How come you guys use those little bitty logs?" And people don't realize that was developed mainly because of the paper companies,
Right.
like 100 years ago, because they had stuff coming in a rail car and it fit on the cars, and the machines are all built around that size.
Yep.
And that's why in this Great Lakes area everything's based on paper industry specs, because that's kind of how it's cut. Now a lot of guys don't know this. Like they ask me all the time, how come you get the 8-footers or 100 inchers? Why don't you get 12s or 16s or whatever? I can, if I want to pay a lot more.
Yep.
Because the loggers that's what they cut.
Yep.
So you just pay more for them is all. And it's not for firewood. You're not getting the top quality logs
Yeah.
anyway. You're getting the bottom of the barrel, second to bottom of the barrel. Because I think bottom of the barrel is the stuff that gets chipped for mulch. That's one below
Yep.
firewood, then it's pulpwood, and then it's probably bolts,
Saw logs, yeah.
and then saw logs, and then veneers. So we're kind of low on the totem pole.
Do we have engines?
So here we're in a warehouse. You got a bunch of engines. Did you buy them like in bulk?
Well, yeah, some of we got a place. We got to do our forecast and keep it out ahead of time because of the lead time.
You got about 20 engines here.
Yeah, there's 99 horse and 125 horse engines there.
That's your two standard sizes you pretty much run? So
Yes,
the big ones are on the
machines.
big 60s?
That's for a 3040. That's a 72-inch circle saw.
Jeez. Kodiak. What do these go for a piece? 3, 4?
I think they're about 3,000, 3,500 somewhere.
But over the life of it, they're way cheaper than running a bar with chains and oil.
Yeah,
There's just once
as long as you do your maintenance, you're good.
Yeah. And then the engines, when you guys buy them, are you buying them in advance thinking you're going to have orders, or you buy them as you need
Yeah,
them?
we got to do our forecast 2 years in advance.
Okay. Nice. I see you got the little cylinders here. So
Yep.
those are pretty
Ram
substantial. Those are some big ones there. Holy smokes. Then you got stuff all over. So a lot of this stuff is pre-made, but is it sold that you got orders coming, or you just kind of keep stuff?
A lot of it's already sold. It's got to be built out, and then we also keep parts in stock for service parts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What wears out the most? What's the thing? I suppose it's chains and moving parts.
The wear pads on the push pad are the most common.
Look at here, you got some
So with the
wrappers.
twister bundlers, yep.
So that's the Beaver line though, right?
Yes.
So are they called twisters?
Well, yeah, there would be a twister bundler if you come around the front here. You can,
Yeah, just whip one. Oh yeah, nice. So you got those pre-made, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got like 4 of them there, 5, 6, bunch.
we got some over on the other side too.
Oh yeah. So when do you sell those primarily? Like towards fall, people start buying them, or is it
year round.
Really?
Yep.
What's this? Oh, this is for
Disc cleaner shafts, yep.
So is that a square? Oh, it's a, what's that called? A hexagon or?
Pentagon.
Pentagon, there you go, pentagon. I knew it was something like that. It's been a long time since I had to do all that.
About 8th grade.
Oh, yeah, it was about 8th grade. You're right, about 8th grade. Haven't had to identify shapes in a long time. Besides a octagon. Because I like to stop at stop signs once in a while. And these are tanks up here for hydraulic
tanks, yep.
Yep. So like I asked before, what is the thing that wears out the most? Is it any of your parts, or is it generally more of the engines, or I mean, cylinders, stuff like that?
I mean, you can get a bad seal or something in the cylinder, but I mean, the most common part is the wear pads on the push pad, or the Ryertex, that it's called. That's the most wearable item, but it's made to wear, so you're not running with steel on steel.
Oh, so like I said, is that a phenolic or is it brass?
We use brass, and we use what's called Ryertex, which is just a fabric that's laminated together many, many times.
And what is this here?
That's for the orbit screener.
Got it.
That would go up on top of that.
And this is a company you said you guys just bought out recently, right?
Yes.
The screen. So this is for making mulch screening?
Or is there screen the size? There's many different screens that go inside that dish, different sizes. So this conveyor will fold out, go out this way, 90 degrees. Then they load to the top.
Okay. But is it mulch or dirt, or either, any kind of material?
Any materials, from my knowledge, yeah.
Nice.
And like I said, they have different size screens that go in them that'll pick out what you want. So your fines will go out one direction, and your good material will go out the back. So
is this sold, or just one sitting here waiting to be sold?
I believe this one's sold.
Oh, good. It's good when they're sold.
And they keep inventory in here for...
So this is all service parts in here then. You got some little bitty cylinders up here too, I see. So then this stuff just gets sent out when people call in, and what's your turnaround time generally on parts?
It's going to depend on what the part is, but we try to, as much as possible, to keep everything in stock.
So you try to get it to within a day or two?
Yes.
Because if they're not making money, they don't pay their bills.
That's just correct. Yep.
Yeah, you got to keep your people working.
And then this is service parts, but it's also for assembly. They come and pull their parts out of here, this building, for when they're building. Are most of the parts made domestically, or is there stuff from all over the world? Most of them are domestically, yes.
Do you try to do that, or is it just the way it works?
Yep.
I suppose a lot of this stuff is very specialized. It's like a one-off kind of thing. Wiring harness stuff here.
Yep.
Is a lot of the problems a lot of times electrical? Because wires get gnawed on by animals or worn through?
Not so often, but I mean, occasionally you'll get an older machine, a wire might wear through, but it's pretty easy for these guys to track it down.
Right. Lots of parts.
This would be your top plate. It's Ryertex. These are your side plates.
Almost looks like wood.
It does.
It's got kind of a texture and a grain to it almost.
And then down here, there's some brass ones for older 1620 there.
And here too are some brass ones.
Yep. And then here's the other brass. So quite a bit heavier.
Yeah. So what's more expensive, the brass?
The brass is far more expensive, yeah.
Does it wear longer or not?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I want to hear some more.
Yep.
So these what?
Those are for
half the life of a brass, or a third, or?
I would say at least half.
It's like a material. It's almost like, you can see it's got a stitching to it.
It's a fabric that's laminated. Laminated many times.
Yeah. So this material is actually cotton material.
Yep.
That's pressed with a resin, and then big sheets, and then they cut the parts out.
Yep. Laminated many times so it builds up to that thickness.
So the brass one is like how much?
$150 per
brass, and then the ones that are the resin ones.
$16.
Yeah. So that's a big difference. Big difference. Yeah, so your wear parts, it's nice to have them when they're cheaper. But still you're saving money running this stuff versus the brass.
Yeah.
Even though the brass lasts longer, the cost is so much more. Yeah. So then on
this, the 16 way here, we'll get the brass ones. Just because it helps keep the longer wear, and it helps keeps the smaller splinter pieces coming back, because the Ryertex can possibly shatter. Right. So all the guys will run just a brass in the front and Ryertex in the back.
With the brass, does the brass get greased? But this material doesn't. Is that right?
Well, we don't recommend grease at all on any of it. We actually use like a spray oil versus grease, because the grease will collect the grit and the sand and cause more damage versus just the oil for a little lubrication from time to time.
So a special kind of oil, or
just any kind of spray. Some guys even use WD-40. I mean,
really?
It evaporates a little faster.
So just like once a day or something like that, just
yeah.
on.
Electrical panel.
Same size and electric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's electric.
16 way. Yep.
So how many are you selling electric versus the diesel? Is it like 50%?
Right now it's probably about 50%, yeah.
Okay. And is it, once guys get one, they're like, because they put the 3-phase in, so they just stick with it?
Yeah,
so
if you get the 3-phase, yeah.
Right.
I've never had anybody go back the other way. I've had guys, well, they'll buy a diesel just for a backup machine on the other side of their yard where they don't have power for production needs.
And cost-wise, are they pretty similar as far as buying a new machine?
Electric is less dollars
Really?
versus a diesel, yeah.
So do guys save money by putting the 3-phase in?
In the long run, yes, you'll save a lot of money if you got putting 3-phase in.
So are they recouping it within a few years even?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, then you can justify it.
And those electric motors just go forever.
I was going to say, do they hold their value or retain because they don't wear out as much as diesel? Less maintenance, obviously.
Yep, in fact, I just took a trade-in on Friday. I got a 2012 electric coming in, and there's no issues with that.
So they upgraded to a bigger one, or just
more
more
to a
modern?
brand new one.
Oh yeah. And I noticed when you were at the show, you had these zip tied up. You didn't have the chains hanging. Is that obviously it's a safety thing? It catches them if they kick out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna have a knot, and all of a sudden, you get a piece flying out. There's a reason they say don't stand here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you ever get nervous when you're at shows and you're running and people are right there?
If someone gets too close, yeah.
Or you get some idiot that looks like this guy that's right here with his camera right up in here like this.
You gotta get that drone so you can fly it in there.
Yeah, well the problem is the drones, there's so many more restrictions now and they're shutting down so many areas. Like where my wood yards, I can't fly a drone because I'm in an airport flight path.
Oh, okay.
And you can't, within like 2 miles, any direction of me, you can't even start up a drone. Because we've tried. So that's why I want to get a drone, but then take it to guys out on logging jobs or different wood yards that don't have flight restrictions, because they're tightening it up more and more all the time and putting more and more restrictions on because people are causing problems.
Yep.
Because there's idiots.
Oh, I've been in a commercial airplane and got held up in the air because somebody was flying a drone. Yeah, Chicago's known for it.
Oh yeah, everywhere you go. So over here you got lots more parts.
Yeah, we're currently in the building for that we build the 1620, 1610s, and the wood beaver line over here. So we keep all these parts real close and accessible for the guys.
So this is a smaller machine.
This is a 1620.
So a lot smaller, just single axle.
Yep.
So this one obviously weighs a lot less.
About 8,000 pounds once the conveyor's on it.
Nice.
It'll have the 40-inch circle saw.
Yeah, that's a nice size one because you can take it different places. And I've always said it'd be nice to have a processor that you can take to different places and process wood, because obviously you can make money processing wood for other people. I know there's a tree service place that hires a guy to come in with a processor because they don't want to buy one, but once a year they have a lot of wood stocked up that they want to process for themselves and then to sell off what they've got. They save the good stuff.
Yep.
And a guy comes in once a year and they've got like 3 days and that's all they do is process wood.
Yep, that's a real common thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's a smart move if you're buying a machine, something that you can take and do that stuff with. You got more, just looks like valves and things.
Yep, we got some valves, some pumps.
And these you don't make yourself. These you're buying
they're
from
purchased,
vendors.
correct.
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff's cast stuff, isn't it? So when you guys have a part that you don't have, generally, can you get it within Deere too from most of your suppliers, or you got?
Most of them, during COVID, it was a little different story.
Oh,
but that's
yeah.
gotten a lot better now.
Yeah, it was like that for everybody. Everybody's getting kind of caught up now. So this is the smaller engines here.
49 horse Kohler diesel.
And that's what's in this one right here.
That's correct.
And 49, that's a nice size. That way you're under the, was it 70 or 73?
So anything 74 and under
74, okay.
requires no DEF.
Yeah.
We also offer these with a Kubota engine if the customer wants a Kubota.
Oh yeah. So if someone orders this machine or your 60 or the bigger ones, turnaround time, what are you generally looking at?
Well, it all depends on where we're at that point with time, with lead times and different things. Right now, currently, large machines are about 8 weeks out. These here, you're probably looking at 4 to 5 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad at all
No,
then.
that's the bad.
Yeah.
Because
Gives the
these
guy
build
time,
up pretty fast.
Gives the guy time to go to the bank and beg for some money. That's the other thing a lot of people don't realize. These things, it doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys, when they get in the wood business, they'll start small and then gradually grow up. And they're usually the ones that succeed. The guys that go whole hog all at once are the scary ones. To me, that's what I see. Because I've talked to a couple of loggers, like, yeah, I tried that wood thing, and I bought a dump truck, and I bought a dump trailer, and then I bought a processor, and they buy all the stuff, and they've spent $200,000-$300,000 with no customers. It's like, well, you might have wanted to get some customers first, so you can pay your bills.
Yeah.
Do you see that too when people?
Yeah, I've seen a few. Also, and then a year later.
Do you advise them too? You're like, you better start with a smaller machine now and then grow into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd rather see somebody be successful with a small machine and come back and trade in for a big machine versus go.
Right, you can always
deep.
move up. Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah, and the thing with processors, same as any good piece of equipment, they hold their value pretty well.
Yep.
Because they aren't made to be disposable.
Right.
They're made to last a long
Yep.
time. You've been doing this for 40 some years. Do you have machines that are that old that are still running?
We have machines that are in the early to mid 80s still. They're working every day.
Jeez.
And they're still getting serviced and run.
Just take care of the parts?
Yep.
Any of them that have had like a major overhaul, like a new engine stuff?
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
yeah. They've had engine replacements. I'm sure
And beams. I know at Arns they replaced their whole beam because they
Yep.
wore that out. That's saying something.
Yep. And there's probably some velving that's been changed, but we still have the parts for them, and the frames are structurally solid, so they hold together. They don't crack and fall apart.
Yeah, well, that's because they're made to last. So what is this here?
We got a tumbler frame waiting to
frame?
get inside to get built.
So these are built here. You just bring them here, and then it sits
Yeah,
until
the
it's ready
frames,
to go.
once they're welded up at the other facility, they come over here to get assembled. Here's a 16-way. These three right here, 4 of them actually, are 16-way splitter frames. They're going to be built up. That there's a left-handed one. You'll see it completely opposite as the other ones.
And why is that? Just because how it fits in his yard or something?
Yep, the customer ordered a left-hand machine, and that's
So they can put machines together and feed it to his
that as
common-
well, right? Back them up,
Yep.
correct.
Yeah, I see it a lot where they'll run one elevator with 2 machines to
Yep.
it. Yeah, I see that up at Frank's. I was up there, and they had a couple spots where they had 2 machines hooked up.
And we got some disc cleaner and tumbler legs here.
Oh, these are legs, yeah.
Those are for some deck extensions.
What are the generators for?
Those are some micro heaters that they use for the oil fields.
Oh, okay. Different company, or
We build them here.
you guys build lots of different things here. And you got a bunch of booths down here.
Yep.
And this is how they come into you?
This is how they come in, yeah.
What do you usually order, like a dozen at a time, 6 at a time?
We space them out to try to keep a decent rotation of them. There again, we got to deal with how their business is doing for lead times.
Right.
To space them in there correctly.
So you got 2 different frames here. One's for what?
This is a 2025 frame. This frame is for the orbit screen.
Oh, okay. That's pretty substantial. That's quite a bit bigger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has got to be pretty dang heavy, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not real familiar with that product, but
It's big. It's thick.
Yeah.
And then this is one of your elevators.
Yeah,
here?
this would be a 20-foot chain conveyor.
What do your 20-footers go for? Just
The roller chain ones like this here are 15.5.
15. Okay. What do you sell the most of lengthwise? 20s,
30 foot.
30s? 30s is the most common?
Most common, yeah.
Because generally you lose about half. So 30 foot you get about a 15-foot stack.
Yep,
something
that's
like
that's the general rule of thumb, correct.
Are some of them higher or not? Just that's about it.
Do we do longer ones?
No, but yeah,
Oh.
you know what I mean? If you got a 20-footer, you got about a 10-foot stack. And 40, you can get to 20 or so.
Yeah,
But 30 is the most common.
yeah. 60 is the longest we built.
That's big. So your tumblers here.
Tumble barrels here, yeah, waiting for assembly.
And these you make all here too?
Some of these we make here, some of them are done at a sister company.
Oh, okay. So there's different lengths here. That's a longer one than this is here.
Sure,
right?
so some of these are like, this one here, for example, could get bolted onto that end down there.
Oh, okay.
So then it would just for your cleaning your trash, and then the spacing here, which I believe this one here is about 4 inch, 4.5. That's where they'll size their wood. So that size and under will
More
fall
like
out.
boiler wood, right?
Anything larger will fall out the other end of the barrel that they'll use for their
okay.
resplits or boiler wood that way. Yeah.
Oh, so they're separating it just like they would rock.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. And these are the frames for them?
Disc cleaner frames.
Face, yeah. How long have you guys had orange as your color? Like forever?
I don't know exactly what year it was, but it was in the 80s somewhere.
So here you got a tumbler that's kind of ready, sort of ready.
No, it's ready to go.
This one's all done.
Ready to get shipped, yes.
And then here, this one's not together
This
yet.
one, no, this one is assembled also. This is going out. This is going to get leaving also.
I didn't realize this was a tumbler.
It's completely disc cleaner.
Nice. So what goes wrong here? Do you ever have pieces get jammed in here where they get stuck? That they gotta, is they gotta reverse where you can?
You can reverse them, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What's like more efficient or longer lasting? Is it the discs or the tumblers? Which one? It just depends.
Yeah, it depends on how well they're maintained.
And this is a newer technology than the tumblers, right?
Correct.
So do some people think this is because it's newer, it's better, or that some guys think that that's old and it's tested and true and that's better?
It goes both ways. That you say it, yeah. You know, and like I said, the $1 million question for me is which one's better. Everybody asks which one's better.
Cost-wise, what's the difference?
They're about $5,000 difference. The tumbler's more. The tumbler's $23,500 currently, and the disc cleaner's $18,500.
And then you got to have the power to go with it too.
Yeah, if you're not going to power off the machine, then you need the power pack.
And the power pack is how much?
I don't recall right offhand. I have to look it up. I don't remember right offhand what that one is.
Like 10,000?
No, it's less than 10. It's
okay.
I think it's somewhere around $5,000.
Okay.
All mounted up.
Yeah. You don't have to be exact down to the penny. Yeah. Just a general idea is good. And then here's is this one that was taken in on trade or something? I see.
Yeah, it's a 40-foot conveyor.
40-footer. That's a long one. So they trade for a smaller one, a bigger one, or just a different
Smaller,
one?
Yep.
Smaller. That was too much?
Yep.
Now, can you tow this down the road at the regular highway speeds?
I've had one customer come all the way from Watertown, New York to pick a 40-footer up like this and tow it all the way back.
Anything special they got to do for hauling it? Like just flag the end and that's about it?
Usually put some remote towing lights on the back end.
Yeah. And then you got an old girl sitting here. This one's been around a while.
Yeah, it's a trade-in model. That's an old 2020 CSC.
So how old is this one? 20 years?
2011.
Oh, so it's, would that be 15 years ago, right?
Yep.
Something like that. 13 years ago. I see it's got the claw on it there.
Yeah.
Smaller deck.
Yep, there's a local trade-in.
Yeah.
The built-in conveyor.
Anything need to be done to it to get it up and running
It's
again?
Actually, no, it's ready to go, actually.
Go, really? And then what do you got here? What's this stuff?
This was a disc cleaner, electric disc cleaner that was a prototype for some work being done on it.
Oh, yeah. And what's this here?
That there is a 3040 splitter frame.
Frame, got it.
Yes.
Got it. That's brand new though, right?
Yes,
yeah,
that's
just sitting here to be assembled. And then over here you got a bunch of machines set up. So you got these set up so when customers come they can see them run and try them out and you can demonstrate?
Yeah, and testing before we're shipping them also.
Oh, okay. So this one here is what?
This is a 2025 here. That's got the 99 horse John Deere, heat, AC, the second tip pan, 48-inch circle saw, the 5-strand deck. That one's got the 8-way wedge on it currently.
And here you got a 30-foot elevator.
Yep.
Now here's another 30-footer. Both exactly the same, or is one wider than the others?
The widths are the same.
What does it run for a motor here? What do you got on
This one here, we got a Honda GX390 on it.
Oh, okay.
So this has also got the large hopper on it so that the customers can actually scoop into their firewood pile and dump into this and then feed it up in through their tumbler or disc cleaner and conveyor out the other side to load their truck. It gives them a nice even flow of wood going all the way through it. And this power pack will run that tumbler or disc cleaner and exit conveyor. Can be all hooked together.
So an elevator this size with a tumbler and you got a machine over here, obviously you can run a second one into it. Can you do a third or would that be too much volume? Is two kind of what it can handle?
Oh, could we run a third one into this?
Would it be too much volume if you got guys that are pretty good processors with good wood?
It would be pushing it if they're good processors probably, but
yeah,
yeah.
That's what I figured. Now these disc tumblers are these better than the barrels? Same?
It depends
different?
on your customer clientele. The disc cleaner will allow a little more kindling to go through, so to speak.
Yeah, I see there's some in here. Yeah.
Versus a tumbler would get that out. So if your customers are looking for that kindling and want that, it's great. Some guys in the packaging also want that kindling, so that way they can use it for filler in the bundles. So it works very good for that also.
Right. Well, let's go to the sun side here so you can see this one. So are your booths pretty much all the same?
Cabs are all the same, yeah.
And are the controls on the inside, your sticks, pretty much all the same?
They're all the same also as well,
and
yes.
yeah, and your frames are pretty much the same on
lower
the bigger
frame,
models.
Yep, the lower frames.
Yep, then you got your smaller ones. So this has got you said a 99 horse?
Yep, John Deere.
And when it comes to engines, do you guys prefer John Deere over the other ones, or everybody makes good stuff, it's just a different size?
Yeah, and
you can get?
they've been really good for us.
So what other engines do you have? You said that you can get Kubota too, right?
On the smaller machines, I can put Kubota. Okay. I can also put a Kohler 134 horse on these machines here as well.
Do anybody go with the bigger?
The Kohler?
Yeah,
we got a few of them out there. Yep.
Yeah. And why do they do that? Just because they think they need it?
It's the same. It's just that's the equivalent to the 125 that John Deere has. It comes in 134 horse.
And is this the same machine or a different one over here?
This here will be the 2040 with the 16-way.
No, is this one that you just had at a show recently? Because I see it looks like some wood went through there.
Yeah, we were running some wood through here last Friday, and yeah, this was the one at the show also.
Yeah. And these belts, you buy the belts as they are? You guys making these?
We buy these belts.
So you're just buying rolls. Yeah. And is there an automatic tension, or you guys have it set up so it's just it doesn't?
No, tensioner's down on the end.
So is it automatic, or you just set it manually, and once it's set, it's good?
You'll have to adjust it as the belt breaks in when it's new.
Readjust.
Yeah. But once it sets in, then you're set.
And how much play do you need? Like an inch or 2 or 3, or you just you know after you run it?
You basically pick it up about 3-4 inches here,
and you know you got it right.
Yeah. Watch the tracking.
Yeah. So this is powered right off of your
correct
main unit.
And so is the disc cleaner.
Got it. So this also has the John Deere?
Yep, this one will be 125 horse.
Oh, so it's the next size up, got it. And this whole thing weighs 17, 18?
This is 17,000, this 2040 is, yeah.
So you need a real truck to pull it, not a toy truck.
A 1-ton dually preferably. Yeah,
dually is better, yeah. So I see you got some wood here. You guys try to get decent wood for?
Yeah, we don't order anything special. We just get run-of-the-mill pulpwood, firewood logs from local cutters to bring it in.
And then you guys actually sell the wood you do here, or the guys that work here supply their home heat with what you guys produce?
No, I individually sell. I sell it myself.
Oh, okay. So I see a lot of hard maple, and that's primarily what you guys get in. Down there was a lot of hard maple. What is this here? It's hard to tell.
It's mainly hard maple. There's a little couple logs of soft maple mixed in there.
Yeah, I know up in this area here, a lot of people don't realize hard maple is king around here. It's not oak, it's hard maple.
No, and it dries faster. Oak, you're sitting on a 2-year dry time.
It takes forever to dry. And everybody, down by me, everybody wants oak because I think that's all they know is oak. And I tell them, well, I got hard maple, it's as good if not better. Well, I really want oak. It's like, no, you don't. You want hard maple. But they don't listen because that's just what they hear. So then I see you got this set up where it's at an angle here. Is that how they are always set up? I didn't realize it's not flat, it's like slanted.
Yeah,
kind of normal.
You don't have to. We just like to do that because it works the wood. The wood stays in there a little longer, has to work to get out. It gives it a little better cleaning. As you can see, we ran some wood, and we probably, I think we ran about 10 face cords through there, and that's the pile of trash we got out of it.
Nice. What's nice is it's easy to get it for clean out too.
Yeah.
So now this elevator here, you've got the large hopper. So how big is this? About 7 feet across?
8 by 8.
8 by 8. So guys can just dump right in here with a skid steer and load, right?
Yep. You dig out of your pile and use it, like I said, use it for cleaning before delivery, so you're not getting all that dirt, gravel, bark, debris as it's sat in the pile. And they can load it into here and run it through their cleaner, whether it be a disc cleaner or a tumbler. And typically they'll put an exit conveyor on that cleaner to load right into their truck.
Right. So they put a disc cleaner on the end and they load right into that, or are they going off the end of this elevator from here?
This elevator would feed into the cleaner, and then another elevator off the end of the cleaner.
You said you sell lots of these big ones.
Yeah, we sell a lot of those.
Yeah,
those are real popular.
A big operation because the other one back over here is just the one that's hooked up to the processor. This is doesn't have the big hopper. This is set up more for just the actual splitter for the processor machine. So, because you could dump into this, but not like that big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is much smaller. Basically, it's the same thing, just has a bigger.
Yeah. Otherwise, the
hopper.
structure of the part of it, that is the same. I traded at the show in Green Bay. I just went and picked this up Thursday.
So this was a trade-in here?
Yeah.
So this one's for sale now?
I'm working on a guy right now with it where it's in between being sold or not, but it looks like it will be. But I do have one other unit.
And this is the one that comes from above? It's
Yep.
the chop down, or what do they, is there a name for it? Or
A guillotine?
guillotine, got it, okay.
Yes.
That makes sense, that sounds scary. Yep. And then you got another one here. This is
Another 1620 they took it on trade.
they're gonna trade. They got a bigger one or just a newer one? Or?
They went up to a larger size unit.
And then, so when someone trades this in, they're pretty easy to sell because they just work?
Yep, and we just go through it, check everything out, make sure everything's still
Right.
set right and working properly.
And you got a brand new one sitting here, I see.
Yes.
And this one's sold too?
This one's going to go to the Paul Bunyan show in Ohio.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this will be there running. Nice. And this weighs, you said, like 8,000 pounds?
8,000 pounds.
Wow, it looks like it would weigh more than that. It just looks bigger. But 8 is not bad. What's the tongue weight on it? That 900 pounds, something like that?
Something, yeah, it was somewhere around that, yes.
Yeah. So what's this little guy here?
This is the Multitek 1610 EZ. This is the smallest bar saw in the Multitek brand.
So you stand right here to operate?
Yep, you got all your functions right here. Conveyor, live deck, splitter.
So just 2 strands and
Two
that's all you
strands.
need?
We make another model that is just like this, but it's longer, and it would have the 3-strand deck to accept 20-foot long wood.
Probably a bigger bar too, I would guess.
Nope, same size bar on it.
Same
It'll
size.
take 18-inch diameter wood.
Yep. You got a
The
built-in
15-foot
conveyor.
attached conveyor.
And what does this weigh? 5,000-6,000, something like that?
This is 5,800 pounds.
58, yeah. Yeah, that's a nice size. So, the difference between this one in cost and this one in cost, what do you got for difference between these?
You're looking at about roughly $35,000 in difference in cost.
So this was,
This one here right now is $53,000. The 1620 is $89,500. The way they're set up right here.
and that's current cost right
That's
now.
current cost, yes.
So, you see this in 4 years from now, the price could be different. That's what a lot of people don't realize when they do reviews of machinery or of stuff like that. They think, oh, geez, you're way off on the price. Well, yeah, it's time goes by. Well, there you go, folks. You got to see Multitek. Now, we're going to be doing some videos today, but you're not going to see them today. We're going to run some of these machines. You got to come back because you already saw enough of this. We're going to run a bunch of the machines. You're going to get to see them, and we're going to talk about the features of each of them. We're going to do several more videos here at Multitek. Come on back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. I'm going to be here waiting for you. Good night, everybody.